Some people seem to naturally know how to effectively communicate in a group setting. They can express themselves clearly and listen attentively without dominating the conversation. Being a powerful communicator is important for several reasons, including building and maintaining relationships, achieving goals, resolving conflicts, improving productivity, leading and influencing others, advancing in your career, expressing yourself more confidently and authentically, and improving your mental and emotional well-being. Effective communication is an essential life skill that can benefit you in all aspects of your life. But don't worry if you don't naturally possess this skill, as effective communication is something that can be developed with practice, planning, and preparation. Listen actively. Active listening is a key skill that can greatly enhance communication and foster stronger relationships. It involves giving your full attention to the speaker and responding in a way that shows you are engaged and understanding their message. By actively listening, you not only show respect for the speaker but also create an environment that encourages open and honest communication. One important aspect of active listening is maintaining eye contact. When you look directly at the speaker, it signals that you are fully present and focused on what they are saying. This simple act can make the speaker feel valued and acknowledged. Another crucial element of active listening is avoiding distractions. Put away your phone, close your laptop, and eliminate any other potential distractions that may hinder your ability to fully engage with the speaker. By doing so, you demonstrate your commitment to listening and create a space where the speaker feels comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings. Active listening also involves asking clarifying questions. If there is something you don't understand or need further explanation on, it is important to ask the speaker for clarification. This not only helps you fully comprehend their message, but also shows that you are genuinely interested in understanding their perspective. Additionally, active listening includes providing empathy and emotional support. Show empathy by acknowledging and validating the speaker's emotions. This can be done through statements like, "I can understand why you feel that way," or "that must have been really difficult for you." By demonstrating empathy, you create a sense of connection and understanding. Avoid assumptions. Avoiding assumptions is essential in effective communication and building strong relationships. When we make assumptions about what others are thinking or feeling, we run the risk of misunderstanding their intentions, causing conflicts, and damaging trust. To ensure clear and open communication, it is crucial to approach conversations with an open mind and seek clarification rather than making assumptions. One of the main reasons we tend to make assumptions is because we often rely on our own experiences, beliefs, and perspectives to interpret others' actions or words. However, it is important to remember that everyone has their own unique background and context, which may influence their thoughts and feelings differently. Therefore, assuming that others share the same perspective as us can lead to miscommunication and misunderstandings. Asking questions and seeking clarification is crucial in avoiding assumptions. Instead of assuming we know what someone means, it is important to ask for clarification to ensure we understand their intentions correctly. By asking open-ended questions, we encourage the other person to provide more information and express themselves fully. This not only helps us avoid assumptions but also shows that we value their perspective and are genuinely interested in understanding them. Cultural sensitivity is also crucial in avoiding assumptions. Different cultures have different norms, values, and communication styles. Assuming that everyone shares the same cultural background as us can lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. Taking the time to learn about and respect different cultural perspectives can help us avoid making assumptions and promote effective cross-cultural communication. Be clear. The ability to express oneself clearly and concisely is a valuable skill in both personal and professional settings. When we are clear in our communication, we ensure that our thoughts and feelings are accurately conveyed to others. This not only helps to avoid misunderstandings but also fosters better relationships and collaboration. To be clear, it is important to get to the point. Rambling or going off on tangents can confuse the listener or reader and dilute the message. By being direct and succinct, we can ensure that our main ideas are effectively communicated. This means avoiding unnecessary details or excessive explanations. Instead, We should focus on the most important and relevant information. Jargon and overly complex language should also be avoided when striving for clarity. Using technical terms or industry-specific language may be appropriate in certain contexts, but it can alienate those who are not familiar with the terminology. It is important to consider the audience and tailor our language accordingly. By using plain and simple language, we can ensure that our message is accessible to everyone. Clarity in communication is not just about the words we use, but also about the structure and organization of our thoughts. A well-structured message is easier to understand and follow. It is helpful to start with an introduction that provides context and sets the stage for the main points. Then, each point should be clearly stated and supported with relevant evidence or examples. Finally, a concise conclusion should summarize the main ideas and leave a lasting impression. Being clear in our communication is not always easy. It requires practice and self-awareness. We must constantly strive to improve our ability to express ourselves in a clear and concise manner. This can be done through active listening, seeking feedback, and reflecting on our own communication style. Show empathy. Showing empathy is an essential skill in building strong and meaningful relationships with others. It is the ability to understand and care about the feelings and emotions of another person. When we show empathy, we not only demonstrate that we are actively listening and paying attention, but we also create a safe and supportive environment for the other person to express themselves. One way to show empathy is by actively listening to the other person. This means giving them our full attention and focusing on what they are saying, rather than thinking about our own response or waiting for our turn to speak. By maintaining eye contact, nodding, and using verbal cues such as I see or I understand, we let the other person know that we are fully engaged in the conversation and that their feelings and experiences are important to us. Another important aspect of showing empathy is validating the other person's feelings. This means acknowledging and accepting their emotions without judgment or criticism. For example, if someone is expressing sadness or frustration, we can say something like, "I can understand why you would feel that way," or "It sounds like you're going through a difficult time." By validating their feelings, we show that we respect and value their emotions, even if we may not fully understand or agree with them. In addition to listening and validating, it is also important to offer support and reassurance. This can be done by expressing empathy through words of encouragement or by offering practical help. For example, if someone is going through a tough time, we can say, "I'm here for you, and I believe in your strength to overcome this," or "Is there anything I can do to help you through this?" By offering our support, we show that we genuinely care about the other person's well-being and are willing to be there for them in their time of need. Lastly, showing empathy also involves being sensitive to nonverbal cues and body language. Sometimes, words may not fully express how someone is feeling, but their facial expressions, tone of voice, or gestures can provide valuable insights into their emotions. By paying attention to these nonverbal cues, we can better understand and respond to the other person's feelings, even if they are not explicitly expressed. Offer valuable insights. When speaking in a group, it is important to provide valuable insights that can leave a lasting impact on the audience. These insights should go beyond just sharing information and instead offer actionable items or takeaways that people can apply in their own lives or work. Here are a few strategies to consider when providing valuable insights in a group setting. Start with a strong opening. Capture the audience's attention from the beginning by starting with a thought-provoking question, a surprising statistic, or an engaging story. This will set the stage for the insights you are about to share and create a sense of anticipation among the listeners. Focus on relevance. Make sure the insights you provide are relevant to the audience's needs, interests, or challenges. Understand their background and tailor your insights accordingly. This will help them see the immediate value in what you are sharing and increase their engagement with your message. Use real-life examples. Illustrate your insights with real-life examples or case studies to make them more relatable and tangible. This will help the audience understand how they can apply these insights in their own lives or work. Sharing success stories or lessons learned from your own experiences can also add credibility to your insights. Provide actionable steps. Instead of just sharing theoretical concepts or ideas, offer practical and actionable steps that the audience can take to implement your insights. Break down complex concepts into simple, easy-to-follow steps or frameworks that people can apply immediately. This will make your insights more valuable and increase the likelihood of them being put into practice. Encourage discussion and interaction. Create opportunities for the audience to engage with your insights by asking questions, facilitating discussions, or encouraging group activities. This will not only deepen their understanding of the insights, but also allow them to share their own perspectives and experiences. This interactive approach can lead to a more meaningful and memorable learning experience for everyone involved. Provide additional resources. Offer additional resources such as recommended books, articles, websites, or tools that can help the audience further explore the topic or apply the insights in more depth. This shows your commitment to their ongoing learning and provides them with valuable resources to continue their journey even after the group session is over. Be an active listener. Being an active listener is an essential skill in effective communication. It involves not only hearing what the other person is saying, but also paying attention to their nonverbal cues and responding appropriately. By being an active listener, you can build stronger relationships, gain a deeper understanding of others, and avoid misunderstandings. Here are some tips on how to be an active listener. Show empathy. Try to understand the speaker's perspective and emotions. Put yourself in their shoes and imagine how they might be feeling. Show empathy by acknowledging their emotions and validating their experiences. This can help create a safe and supportive environment for them to express themselves. Ask open-ended questions. Encourage the speaker to elaborate on their thoughts and feelings by asking open-ended questions. These questions cannot be answered with a simple yes or no, and require the speaker to provide more information. This shows that you are genuinely interested in what they have to say and helps to keep the conversation flowing. Paraphrase and summarize. Repeat back what the speaker has said in your own words to ensure that you have understood them correctly. This also shows that you are actively listening and trying to comprehend their message. Summarize the main points of the conversation periodically to ensure that you are on the same page. Avoid interrupting. Interrupting the speaker can be seen as disrespectful and can hinder effective communication. Wait for the speaker to finish their thoughts before responding. If you have something to add, make a mental note of it and wait for an appropriate time to contribute to the conversation. Be mindful of nonverbal cues. Pay attention to the speaker's body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice. These nonverbal cues can provide valuable information about how the speaker is feeling and can help you better understand their message. Respond accordingly to their cues to show that you are actively engaged in the conversation. Choose the right time. Choosing the right time to speak is crucial in ensuring that your message is heard and understood by your audience. Whether you are speaking in a formal setting, such as a business meeting or a presentation, or in an informal setting, such as a group discussion or a casual conversation, timing plays a significant role in capturing the attention of your listeners and delivering your message effectively. One important aspect to consider when choosing the right time to speak is the context of the situation. Take into account the purpose of the gathering or the conversation. Is it a time-sensitive matter that needs immediate attention, or is it a more relaxed and informal setting where you can take your time to deliver your message? Understanding the context will help you determine the appropriate timing for speaking. Another factor to consider is the environment in which you are speaking. Is it a noisy and distracting environment, or is it a quiet and focused setting? If the environment is noisy, it may be best to wait for a lull in the conversation or find a quieter location to ensure that your message is not drowned out by surrounding noise. On the other hand, if the environment is quiet and focused, you can take advantage of the attentive atmosphere to deliver your message without interruptions. Furthermore, consider the dynamics of the group you are speaking to. Are they engaged and actively participating in the discussion, or are they disinterested and distracted? Observing the group dynamics will help you identify the right time to speak. If the group is actively engaged, it may be best to wait for a natural pause in the conversation to interject and deliver your message. On the other hand, if the group is disinterested or distracted, you may need to find a way to regain their attention before delivering your message. In addition to considering the context, environment, and group dynamics, it is also essential to be mindful of the timing in relation to the topic you wish to discuss. Some topics may be more appropriate to bring up at the beginning of a meeting or conversation, while others may be better suited for the end. For example, if you have an important announcement or a critical piece of information to share, it may be best to deliver it at the beginning to ensure that everyone is fully attentive. On the other hand, if you have a topic that requires more time for discussion or reflection, it may be better to save it for the end when there is more time available. Be the unifying voice. In any group discussion or debate, it is not uncommon for tensions to rise and emotions to flare. When this happens, it is crucial for someone to step in and become the unifying voice. This person takes on the responsibility of calming down the discussion and effectively inserting their point to bring the group back to a state of productive dialogue. Being the unifying voice requires a certain set of skills and qualities. First and foremost, it is important to have good communication skills. This means being able to listen actively to others, understand their perspectives, and empathize with their feelings. By doing so, you can create an atmosphere of respect and openness, which is essential for resolving conflicts and finding common ground. Another important quality of the unifying voice is the ability to remain calm and composed in the face of heated discussions. This is not always easy, especially when emotions are running high, but it is crucial for maintaining a productive and respectful environment. By staying level-headed, you can help diffuse tension and prevent the discussion from spiraling out of control. When stepping in as the unifying voice, it is important to acknowledge the emotions and concerns of each individual in the group. By doing so, you show that you value their input and are willing to consider their perspectives. This can help to build trust and encourage others to listen to your point of view as well. To effectively insert your point, it is important to choose the right moment. Wait for a lull in the conversation or for a pause in the heated exchange before speaking up. This ensures that your point will be heard and considered by others. Additionally, it is important to be concise and clear in your communication. Avoid rambling or going off on tangents, as this can distract from your main message. When presenting your point, it can be helpful to use evidence or examples to support your argument. This adds credibility to your position and makes it more persuasive. However, it is important to present your evidence in a non-confrontational manner. Instead of attacking others' viewpoints, focus on presenting your own perspective and why you believe it to be valid. Keep responses concise. When responding to others, it is important to keep your responses concise and to the point. This not only shows respect for the other person's time, but also helps to ensure clear and efficient communication. Here are a few tips on how to keep your responses concise. Focus on the main point. When crafting your response, make sure to focus on the main point or question at hand. Avoid going off on tangents or including unnecessary details that may confuse or distract from the main topic. Use clear and concise language. Choose your words carefully and use language that is clear and easy to understand. Avoid using jargon or technical terms that may not be familiar to the other person. Be direct and straightforward in your communication. Be selective with information. Only include the information that is relevant to the discussion or question. Avoid providing excessive background information or unnecessary details that may not contribute to the conversation. Avoid unnecessary comments. Avoiding unnecessary comments is a good practice in any situation where communication is involved. Whether it is in a professional setting, social interactions, or online platforms, knowing when to speak up and when to stay silent can greatly improve the quality of communication and avoid misunderstandings. In a professional setting, unnecessary comments can be seen as a waste of time and can distract from the main topic at hand. When participating in meetings or discussions, it is important to be concise and only comment when you have valuable input or relevant information to contribute. This way, you can make the most of everyone's time and keep the conversation focused and productive. In social interactions, unnecessary comments can sometimes come across as intrusive or annoying. People appreciate genuine interest and thoughtful contributions to a conversation, but constant commenting on every single detail can be overwhelming. It is important to listen actively and engage in meaningful exchanges rather than filling the air with unnecessary remarks. Similarly, in online platforms such as social media or forums, commenting on everything can be seen as attention-seeking or spamming. It is important to think before commenting and consider if your contribution adds value to the discussion or if it is simply noise. By being selective with your comments, you can make a more meaningful impact and avoid being dismissed as someone who just comments for the sake of it. Prepare ahead of time. Preparing ahead of time is crucial when it comes to speaking in a group. It allows you to sort out your points and practice them, ensuring that you are well prepared and confident during the discussion. Here are some reasons why preparing ahead of time is important. Clarity and organization. By preparing your points in advance, you can organize your thoughts and ensure that your ideas are clear and concise. This will help you deliver your message effectively and avoid rambling or going off topic. Confidence. When you have prepared your points and practiced them beforehand, you will feel more confident when speaking in a group. This confidence will shine through in your delivery, making you appear more knowledgeable and credible to your audience. Time management. Preparing ahead of time allows you to manage your time effectively during the group discussion. By knowing what points you want to make and how long each point will take, you can ensure that you stay within the allotted time and do not monopolize the conversation. Anticipating questions. When you prepare ahead of time, you can anticipate potential questions or objections that may arise during the group discussion. This allows you to think of appropriate responses and counterarguments, which will help you handle any challenges more effectively. Engaging the audience. By preparing your points in advance, you can tailor your message to the specific needs and interests of your audience. This will help you engage them more effectively and make your presentation or discussion more relevant and interesting to them.